Alright, stop scrolling for a second. We've all been there. You finally finish a huge RPG, you look at your backlog, and you're just like, ugh, what's actually worth playing next? You don't need a quick hit, you need a world that's going to swallow your life for 100 hours. Forget the short lists. We went full psycho mode and pulled together the 25 absolute best open world games you can play right now. If you want more massive lists and deep dives like this, smash that like button and subscribe. We've got everything. The fantasy epics, the gritty crime simulators, the terrifying survival grinds, and some truly weird hidden gems. We're dedicating 60 seconds of pure distilled hype to every single entry. What's the best mechanic? What's the hook? We break it down fast. And listen, this list isn't just long, it gets better as we go. The tension builds, the quality rockets, and the top 5 are the undisputed kings. You might think you know the champion, but Elden Ring and RDR2 are fighting for their lives in the final spots. Stick around, because your next addiction is in this video. Far Cry 5 throws you headfirst into the deep end of beautiful, rural Montana chaos. You're up against the ultra-religious project at Eden's Gate, and your job is to slowly dismantle their crazy family operation. The genius here is the sheer level of emergent chaos. You go to clear one cult outpost and suddenly a bear, a chopper, and a rocket launcher all show up. It's glorious, unpredictable mayhem, and the world itself is stunning. You can fish for 30 minutes, fly a plane into a sunset, or just recruit a dog companion to help you cause some trouble. It's an open world designed specifically for explosive fun. You ever play an open world game where the pavement itself is a weapon? Dying Light absolutely nailed the vertical grind. Day is for scavenging. You're running across rooftops looking for tape and batteries. But night, that's when the volatiles come out, and you realize you're no longer the hunter. The entire world design forces you into this fluid, terrifying parkour loop. You're constantly trying to string together jumps, slides, and drop kicks just to survive the mornings. That feeling of relief when the sun comes up? Unmatched. It takes the typical zombie map and flips the risk-reward scale completely on its head.
I have seen the gates of Oblivion.
Before Skyrim took over the world, there was Oblivion. This game's whole vibe? Pure, glorious chaos. You start off just trying to figure out where the nearest town is, and 5 hours later, you're fighting demons in a hell dimension called Oblivion and closing gates all over the map. The exploration here is the real star. You'd stumble on a random cave or a giant alien ruin, and suddenly, you've got a new 10-hour questline. Its procedural, radiant AI meant NPCs were literally living their own weird, buggy, fantastic lives. And honestly, that unpredictability is what makes Cyrodiil an open world you can still get lost in today. It's the definition of a nostalgic binge. This is the game that finally turned the Assassin's Creed formula into a true, massive RPG. Odyssey gives you the entirety of ancient Greece, and you can almost feel the sun on your face while sailing the Aegean in your trireme. The naval combat is addictive, sure, but the real star? The story branches. Your choices have actual, long-lasting consequences on the world state, turning local leaders into enemies or allies. Plus, you get to kick people off cliffs with the iconic Spartan kick, which never stops being satisfying. It's a gorgeous, overwhelming map that just keeps giving you reasons to explore.
We don't have much time.
Looking for a big, stunning world with zero pretense? This is your game. Immortals, Fenyx Rising basically took the best bits of that other famous open-world game and slathered it in beautiful Greek mythology and genuinely hilarious banter. The exploration here is pure joy. You're climbing everything, gliding everywhere, and solving puzzles in little vaults that feel genuinely clever. It's a bright, colorful antidote to the usual gritty RPG, proving that sometimes you just want to fly around a vibrant world and fight a giant cyclops without having to worry about moral ambiguity.
They've been holding you back.
A game that asks, what if the post-apocalypse was beautiful and the monsters were robotic T-Rexes? Horizon Zero Dawn absolutely nailed the unique setting. Playing as Aloy, you are a hunter in a world where machines have replaced wildlife. The combat is a masterclass in preparation. Using your focus to target specific components like the plasma sacks on a Thunderjaw is a combat loop that never gets old. You're forced to set traps, manage your resources, and strategize every single fight. It's visually stunning, and the blend of primitive survival with high-tech weaponry makes every encounter feel fresh. Pure cinematic perfection. Ghost of Tsushima is an open-world game designed by a film director. It doesn't clutter your screen with icons. It uses the wind to guide you to your objective, maintaining that beautiful visual purity. When you switch into that samurai stance and line up a perfect standoff, the game is a beautiful, bloody ballet of blades. But the real game changer is being the ghost, transitioning from honorable duels to silent, terror-inducing ambushes with smoke bombs gives you incredible player agency. It's the most atmospheric, visually stunning world on this list.
Here on out.
The ultimate stealth toy box. MGSV's map might be huge, but the minute-to-minute gameplay is where it's at. Every mission is a playground where you can choose to go silent or go loud with tanks and rocket launchers. You can literally approach a guard post in a dozen ways, and then you just Fulton extract a goat, a tank, or a screaming guard back to your mother base. That metagame of building your own army and R&D department is addictive. It's a huge, desolate sandbox of pure tactical freedom. Seriously, if you haven't played this, stop everything. Sleeping Dogs is the most criminally underrated open-world game ever. Forget the typical North American setting, we're going to Hong Kong. The city of Hong Kong itself feels dense and alive, packed with neon and vibrant street life. The driving is great, but the martial arts combat is bone-crunching and fluid. You can perform environmental takedowns using fans, tables, or just slam a guy's head into an air conditioning unit. It takes the GTA structure and gives it a distinct cultural flavor and a brutally satisfying combat system.
Bruce Wayne.
This is how you do a superhero open world. Arkham Knight takes the already great Arkham formula and puts it in the biggest, densest version of Gotham City we've ever seen. Gliding over Gotham using the grapple hook and cape is pure power fantasy fuel. The city isn't just a backdrop, it's a character itself, perfectly crafted for the Batman's unique brand of rooftop vigilantism. The way you seamlessly chain combat and stealth, moving from a thug on a rooftop to another one 10 blocks away in seconds, unmatched traversal. You truly feel like the Dark Knight here. Ready to be a medieval peasant? Kingdom Come. Deliverance is a true medieval simulation, not a power fantasy. Your character, Henry, starts as a nobody and actually has to eat, sleep, and maintain his gear to survive. You can't even read at the beginning. You have to learn. The combat system is complex, realistic, and brutally difficult. It makes every sword fight tense. If you're tired of being a superpowered chosen one, jump into Bohemia. The game's historical accuracy is insane, down to the smallest detail of the world and its people. It's a challenging, rewarding dive into reality that makes every success feel truly earned. Kojima's masterpiece is an open world unlike any other. Death Stranding literally makes walking the core mechanic. The world is a gorgeous, desolate mess, but every step is a calculation. You're constantly managing your weight, terrain, and stamina, trying to rebuild society one package at a time. It sounds boring, but trust me, when you finally conquer a huge mountain, it's immensely satisfying. And when you see another player's structure, a bridge, a ladder, a generator, that's the beautiful social strand system at work, making you feel connected in a lonely world. It's a meditative, beautiful, and deeply strange adventure. Forget land. Subnautica traps you in one of the most beautiful and terrifying open worlds ever created, the deep ocean of an alien planet. The entire progression is locked behind your willingness to dive deeper and risk an encounter with whatever massive horror lurks down there. You start with nothing but a knife, but soon you're building deep-sea habitats and massive submarines. It flips the open world script completely, trading mountain climbing for hydrostatic pressure and atmospheric hazards. Seeing a massive Reaper Leviathan swim out of the darkness is still one of the most panic-inducing moments in gaming. The RPG King. New Vegas is absolute proof that open world quality isn't just about map size or graphics. It's about the depth of your choices. The Mojave Wasteland is populated by distinct factions, and how you deal with them changes the entire outcome of the story. Do you side with the authoritarian NCR, the Maniacal Legion, or the Robot Army? This is a true role-player's dream. Every quest has multiple solutions, and the dialogue options are rich. It's a slightly older game, but if you want consequence and replayability, this Western-flavored Fallout is still the champion.
Universe. With new technology,
One world is cool,
new
but
flora
how
and
about
fauna,
infinite worlds?
and new
No
game-
Man's Sky is the ultimate sandbox journey. This game has undergone one of the greatest redemption arcs in gaming history. Its procedural generation means you are literally the first person to set foot on 99.9% of its
waves,
planets.
reflections,
You can
and
seamlessly
more
transition
variety.
from flying in space to landing on a never-before-seen alien world, mining resources, building your own fleet, and exploring the cosmos. If you want a limitless, chill exploration grind where you define your own adventure, this is the one to jump into. It's pure sci-fi escape.
Our journey.
I wanted to retire.
This is the blueprint. GTA 5's Los Santos is so dense, so detailed, and so packed with side activities that it still feels modern a decade later. What makes it special? The sheer freedom to just be an absolute menace, or to sink hours into golfing, buying properties, or pulling off cinematic heists. Plus, the triple protagonist system, letting you switch between the chaos of Trevor, the stability of Michael, and the ambition of Franklin, gives you three distinct perspectives on the urban open world experience. It's the definitive playground for digital destruction.
Why not become a hero at 40, right?
This is a different kind of open world. It's not open world big, it's open neighborhood dense, and that's the absolute genius of the Yakuza series. You're trapped in a few blocks of Tokyo, Kamurocho, but those few blocks are packed with side quests and distractions. You go from a dramatic, life or death Yakuza plot to helping a guy find his lost cat or belting out karaoke like a superstar. It's the best kind of tonal whiplash. The world feels vibrant, alive, and always ready to pull you into a hilarious minigame or a sudden street brawl.
You do that, we'll see what we can do for you.
The world of Days Gone is a gritty, beautiful motorcycle road trip across the Pacific Northwest. But the bike is your life. You spend just as much time managing fuel and repairing your bike as you do fighting the infected freakers. The world is tense, but the real star is the horde mechanic. Seeing a few hundred freakers moving like a river of death is still one of the most panic-inducing open-world encounters ever made. Learning to herd them, trap them, and wipe them out is one of the most satisfying grinds in the genre. It's a true surprise hit.
What does it matter if everyone else is dead?
Only question that matters.
This is a different flavor of Bethesda. Fallout 4 gives you the classic post-nuclear exploration feel, set in the ruined density of Boston, but adds the addictive settlement building mechanic. You can sink hundreds of hours into just building the perfect fortress, connecting supply lines, and defending your settlers. The world design is fantastic, layering verticality and history into every ruined skyscraper. It gives you that classic Fallout feeling of discovering a new story around every corner, but with the added layer of making your mark on the wasteland by crafting and building.
Institute finds you.
The game that completely redefined emergent gameplay, Breath of the Wild doesn't just have a huge map, it has an unparalleled physics engine. The moment you realize you can climb anything is when the world truly opens up. You can solve puzzles in a dozen creative ways, or use the dynamic weather system, like letting a bolt of lightning solve your enemy problem for you. It gives you the destination, but absolutely zero instructions on how to get there. It creates a feeling of childlike wonder and discovery that few open-world games have ever matched. It's not just a game, it's a lifestyle. Skyrim is still here, still relevant, and still dominating open-world discussions for a reason. Sheer volume. This is the definition of a timeless, infinitely replayable RPG. Whether you're fighting dragons, getting lost in 100 side quests, or just sinking hours into alchemy, the game never stops giving. Plus, the sheer power of the modding community means you can reinvent those frozen mountains every single year. You will always find something new or weird lurking in a dungeon or behind a snowdrift in this absolute epic.
And more people living below the poverty line than anywhere
Night
else.
City is a character, and after all the patches and the Phantom Liberty expansion, Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world masterpiece. It is the most dense and vertical environment on this entire list. You look up and see a dozen layers of neon traffic and corporate architecture. It feels truly alive and dangerous. You can spend 50 hours just exploring the back alleys, hacking billboards, and still find a gig you missed. The level of detail and the sheer futuristic dystopian aesthetic makes every step an event. If you want a gritty, high-octane sci-fi world, Night City is ready for you.
Invasion. Nilfgaard's legions had pierced the heart.
This is the king of content quality. The Witcher 3 didn't just give us a huge map, it gave us a map where every single quest felt like a mini-epic. Every side quest in this game, whether you're finding a frying pan or clearing a swamp of a nasty monster, has more lore, more drama, and better writing than most games' main stories. The moral gray choices, Geralt's incredible character arc, and the sheer emotional weight of the narrative set a bar for open-world storytelling that few have reached. Also, yes, the Gwent minigame is famous for being a complete game unto itself.
I'm Geralt of Rivia.
From Software literally said, "Figure it out," and it was pure genius. Elden Ring is the next evolution of the open world. The lands between is huge, but it's not cluttered with waypoints. Every discovery is earned by riding your mount, Torrent, over a ridge and seeing a terrifying legacy dungeon in the distance. The game respects your intelligence and forces you to explore. You choose the grind, you choose the path, and when you finally conquer a massive boss after hours of struggle, the feeling is unmatched. It reignited what open world truly means: freedom without holding your hand.
Brandish the Elden Ring.
The undeniable champion of detail and immersion. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a technical and artistic achievement that future open-world games will be chasing for a decade. The world simply exists around Arthur Morgan. You can spend 100 hours and still see an interaction you've never witnessed before. A random encounter, a sudden blizzard, or a bandit camp forming dynamically. The sheer density, the simulation of the natural world, the deep character-driven story, and the cinematic beauty of the American frontier makes this the ultimate, most realistic, and most highly detailed open-world sandbox ever created. Phew! 25 worlds, hundreds of thousands of hours of gameplay, and we just scratched the surface of what makes them great. From the brutal realism of RDR2 to the pure fantasy escape of Skyrim, your next massive time sink is definitely somewhere on this list. Whether you go for the simulation grind of Kingdom Come or the chaotic freedom of GTA 5, you can't go wrong. Now, the biggest question is, which one are you diving into first? Let me know your personal number one pick in the comments, even if it didn't make our top spot. And if you enjoyed this ultra deep dive, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more deep dive gaming content every single week. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next world.